Hey people, Duncan here. Let's talk about this abortion memo that failed last night. But first and foremost, please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. Okay, so let's talk about this abortion bill. Apparently, the Republicans tried to pass a bill that would eliminate long term or full term abortions federally. It would make it illegal to have a full term abortion. Now, the funny part about this is the bill the bill failed. Okay, so apparently the federal government is going to allow full term abortions. Now, with that being said, I'm going to start by saying why I'm against abortions 100%. I believe too many people are focused on ways to slow abortion down. They're focused on ways to defund it. They're focused on ways to narrow the fight. Here's what I'm saying. I want to cut the head off of the snake. I want to overturn Roe versus Wade, period. And I believe I can. Here's how. First and foremost, I believe that Roe versus Wade should have never been passed, since one of the things they cited was a lack of any kind of evidence of life or anything that would qualify for protection, product protection, or anything of that sort. So, here's what I'm saying. In 1972, WIC passed. This meant that women who could prove they were pregnant, they called it proof of life, was given tax assistance, tax funded assistance to help feed and raise their unborn child up till 5 years old. Now, at this point, the unborn child qualifies for tax funded assistance or benefits. Yet, 6 months later, the United States Supreme Court ruled that those same unborn children don't qualify for due process. Okay, so here's the problem. If they don't qualify for due process, but they do qualify for benefits, then isn't our tax dollars not being properly represented? So that's a violation. It's called taxation without representation. This is one core fundamental aspect of our Constitution. So by them violating that, our Constitution is already being stripped down. Now the second problem with Roe versus Wade is it was dubbed woman's choice. We've all heard that. Here's the problem. Has there ever been a more legal term of gender discrimination? Okay, think about that. Woman's choice. This totally delegitimizes a man. It totally delegitimizes a father. What they're saying is a man is not equal to a woman anymore. So the women went from equal rights in the 60s to woman's control or choice in 73. Men lost all their rights. Men lost their parental rights. Fathers started becoming absolute. All because of the term woman's choice. This term itself is a clear violation of gender discrimination. And in this country, any form of discrimination should never have been passed into law. Now, the third and final reason that I'm going to say that this Roe versus Wade should have never been allowed is because one of the chief architects, founders, and helpers to pass Roe versus Wade was a lady called Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger had some pretty radical beliefs about population control, minority population control, or birth control of minorities, or even the eradication of minority populations, period. She spoke openly at many KKK rallies across this country. She was a known racist. She had very racist slurs, racist quotes. She spoke at racist events. And then she went on to create Planned Parenthood, which then targeted minority populations and began eradicating minority children by the millions. And this became so large that the government stepped in to help her do it. So at this point, not only did the government legalize clear racism, but they helped by funding it. It should have never been allowed to have Margaret Sanger anywhere close to Roe versus Wade with her racial comments and her racist history. Yet she was one of the chief architects behind birth control, one of the chief architects behind Roe versus Wade, and she went on to found one of the oldest and most deadliest organizations in Planned Parenthood, which has performed more abortions in this country than anywhere and any company in the world. So that's what you got to think about. And last night, the entire Congress basically said unborn children don't matter, and you can kill them all the way up to full term. That was the message that was sent. So once again, our children have no consequence for their choices, and what happens is they're taught or influenced into sexuality because of the fact it's on every TV, magazine, movie, it's everywhere, commercial, it's everywhere. So kids think it's alright, they go out, they have sex, they get pregnant, and then instead of dealing with their choices, dealing with their consequence, they're encouraged to go run off and have an abortion. All of which time the taxpayers fund it. So that's my thought. It's a sad day that people in this country can have a full-term abortion now, legally, because our government was too weak to stand up for those who can't stand for themselves. That's my thought. That's what I got for now. I hope each and every one of you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening. If you like this video, please like the video, share it, comment in the box, hit that bell for notifications, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Duncan out.